Tyler Johnson a little bit. I mean, you go back and watch him kind of run through some guys. Has he got a little Godwin in him, you think?
That's kind of what we saw on tape in college. That's something that reminded us of guys that we really like. And, he was a very good run after catch guy. He was a very physical receiver. So, yeah, that was one of the things we liked about him a bunch.
Thanks.
You bet, Rick.
Next question will come from Greg Allman.
Bruce, we're going to get John Gruden later this afternoon. I just want to ask you what your interaction with him has been over the years. Obviously, you guys have both done a turn in the broadcast booth between coaching stands, but just your history with him. What do you like about him?
Yeah, John and I have always gotten along great. When he would come in and do the pregame stuff, and I did one with him, and it's been fun. It's been a great relationship over. His dad actually helped me get the Temple job a long, long time ago.
Thanks, Bruce.
Question will come from John Wayne.
Hey, Coach. You said that Coach Gruden's dad helped you get the Temple job a long time ago. Can you go into a little more detail on that?
Yeah, it was a long story. I mean, I was down here recruiting and coming to see Howard Tippett, who was the special teams coach, I think, at the time, and walked in, and Howard said to Jimmy, he said, "This is the guy you ought to get the Temple job for." And they looked at me and said, "You want to be the head coach at Temple?" I said, "Sure." And the head of the search committee had worked with Jim, and so one thing led to another. I got an interview and ended up getting the job.
That's great. And I know one of the things that a lot of coaches talk about is, in order to string wins together, you've got to approach things as a team with the right attitude each week. How would you describe the attitude of your guys when they returned to practice today and for this week?
It was excellent. And, we had some of the best practices we had all year, last Thursday and Friday. Wednesdays are a little bit different because of installations, but it was a high energy practice and really liked it.
Thank you, Coach.
Next question will come from Scott Reynolds.
Hey, Bruce. Derek Carr is playing really well this year with 11 touchdowns, 1 interception, 73% completion percentage. Looks like he's taking some more shots downfield with some of those weapons he's got, like Ruggs when he's healthy. What have you seen from Carr in his maturation? And based on the film you've seen, why is he playing so well this year?
I think just, the amount of time he spent with John now and knowing the offense, and he's a gym rat. He's in the office all the time studying, and, they put some great weapons around him now with Waller and Ruggs and Jacobs. I mean, that's one of the best trios there is in football right now, but they've got other guys too. And Derek is protecting the football better.
I know Ruggs has been injured a little bit this year, but he's averaging like 29.5 yards per catch. He's got a 72-yarder. What did you see from Ruggs at Alabama in that pre-draft process, aside from just his blazing speed?
Yeah, it was speed, but he had great hands, and he could move, he could cut. He was a good run after catch guy for a speed guy. And you looked at his skill set and you said, this guy's the number one guy. He'll be successful in the league.
Thank you, Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Next question will come from Ira Kaufman.
Bruce, this is the beginning of 3 straight night games, 3 straight prime timers. How challenging is that, Coach? And would you rather have it that way, all packed into a short schedule like that?
Yeah, you play them when they're scheduled. We had the Thursday night game, which I think we learned a couple of things about ourselves in our preparation. Of course, it's a totally short week versus a full week, but so we've been sitting in the hotel ready to play, and we'll see it for the next 3 or I think 4 out of 6. But so yeah, it's an honor to be on the national games, and I think our guys are embracing it.
Thanks, Bruce.
Next question will come from Steve Isbitz.
Coach, how do you think that Ndamukong ranks all time at his position? And can you talk about what he's playing like this year versus last year?
I'm not sure all time, but he's up there, man. He's been at a high level for a long time. And I think he's enjoying being one-on-one more this year than he was last year. I think he was the most double-team player in the league last year, but he's playing at a high level, and I don't see any drop-off in his play. And one thing about him, he takes such great care of himself, and he's very meticulous in preparation physically and mentally that he can maintain that.
And regarding those TV production meetings that you sort of referenced, did you ever feel like maybe you revealed a little bit too much to John Gruden, back when you were with Arizona and he was calling games?
No, I just tried to let them make sure they could do their jobs easily. And, what he learned watching practice, I don't think it's going to help him much in this one.
Thanks.
All right, we have time for a couple more. Next, we'll go to Tom Akins.
BA, the team is coming off a win that undoubtedly established a lot of pride inside the locker room. How do you keep that pride going? How do you keep that sense of positivity moving as you move toward the Raiders this week and even teams beyond that?
Well, I think it's looking back and seeing how you got there. Why did you play so well? And again, I go back to last week's preparation. Thursday and Friday, there was just something special about the practice field. And I knew I don't know if we were going to win, but I knew we were going to play well. And so it just, my challenge is we set a standard. Can we match that standard this week in our preparation? And so far we have.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Next will be Rick Stroud.
Which we saw Anthony Auclair out there today, working his way back. How close is he? And with Gronk's shoulder, I mean, how much would that help you at that position to have another inline blocker?
Yeah, I mean, it would really help, and he's very, very, very close. That was really proud of Joe Haig. He jumped in there and did a heck of a job in the running game, and so it's a matter of I want to make sure Anthony's well. I don't want to lose him again for another month. So we'll wait and see. But today he did very, very well on the practice field.
Thanks.
Hey, Coach. I know I'd asked you before about Leonard Fournette's ankle, but since then he had posted on Twitter that I guess he had a little bit of an understanding with you that you're not holding him out to prevent him from going out there and having success. You're looking out for his best interest. You want to make sure he's safe and healthy. How often as a coach do you have to have those conversations with players? What do you try to get across to them when you're having those conversations, and what were you trying to get across to him when you guys had that talk this week?
Yeah, it's a long season, and his best interest is what I'm concerned about, and our best interest. We're going to need him, and he didn't need to go out there at 85 to 90, tweak it again, and go down for another month. Rojo's done a good job. Keyshawn's done a good job. Get healthy and then resume your role and come back healthy so that if, say, something happens to Rowe, you're ready to go and take the load.
Last question will come from Scott Reynolds.
Bruce, when you look at Shaq Barrett's production, obviously last year got up to the great start with 9 sacks, 3 forced fumbles through the first 6 games. This year, he's got 3 sacks, but has really been held without a sack in 4 of those games. What do you attribute his maybe slower than expected start to?
I think everybody knows who he is now. There's a lot more attention to him. But again, he's been really close. Been really, really close to about 3 or 4 more. So he's playing at a high level, and I think they'll come. It's just keep putting pressure on the quarterback.
All right, that's all we have time for, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.